Baby, my name is Ross Mandell, and welcome to my show today. I'm coming to you today live from Mammoth Studios in Boca Raton, Florida. We're coming to you uncut, unedited, uncensored, unfiltered, and oh yeah, I am still and truly under arrest. Now, I gotta say something today because, I've tapped into a spot that's just got me nuts. It's got me nuts. Sometimes I am such a big fucking pussy. Did you hear that? I try not to curse. I try and stay away from foul language. But you want to know what? Sometimes I'm such a big fucking pussy. I had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It was homecoming Friday night. The kids were running around. The whole community shows up. You got bands, you got fireworks, you got football games. You see and mingle with people. It's just a lovely feeling. The spirit was lovely. A good friend of mine came up to me and said, why don't you podcast about this spirit, this lovely community feeling? And you know what? It was wonderful. And on Sunday, yesterday, I went to my meditation meeting. I went to meditation. And I felt very, very at peace with the world. Afterwards, a friend of mine went out. We went to Mitch's West Side Bagel, right off 441, between Yamato and Glades. Possibly the best deli in all of Boca Raton, maybe South Florida. Mitch, baby, a big thumbs up. His chicken soup, it's like penicillin, Jewish penicillin, is the best I've had. And, people go for breakfast. It's like a line out the door. If you come to Boca, you gotta go to Mitch's West Side. You can't really miss Mitch. He's a big, sort of affable guy, and got a good smile and all that. So props to you, Mitch. And, I was just very at peace in the world. I just felt good. I felt okay. I woke up this morning, and I was at dis-ease. I just was ill at ease with myself. I got to get some dental work done. I don't feel like doing that. I had to come do a podcast. I didn't feel like doing that. I just felt mushad. Mushad. What does that mean? When I first met my wife, Stephanie, when she was working for me, I'm talking 15 years ago, 14 years ago, one day I was very sort of wishy-washy. I didn't feel great. She's like, you're so mushad. Mushy. Like that. And what can I tell you? Mushad, it says it all to me. It's like that. Now, this morning I was the same way. I just didn't want to do anything. And I said, God, would you please help me? I said, God, very casually, please give me some direction. And boom, I get a message on my computer. It's a guy that I've recently got to know who's suffering. He's in pain. He was victimized in a terrible accident. He hurt his back, he hurt his neck, he hurt various body parts. He's a guy that's got 3 children, a wife. He's a good guy. He's got no chance of recovering anything financially from work or anything like that. They got him doped up on all kinds of pain medicine and all kinds of nerve stuff and sleep stuff and anxiety stuff and, legitimate stuff, prescribed by doctors and hospitals and all that. He's really hurt. And, he saw some of my stuff, some of my podcasts, my webcasts. He knows my situation. I've been charged by the United States government. I'm under arrest. I'm in the trial process. I'm on $5 million bail. And he just marvels at the fact that I could be clean, I could be sober, I could be positive, I could be loving and a friend and all that happy stuff. I show up for life. And here he is. He's suffering, he's in pain, and they got him drugged up, and he's got kids and a family, and he's got no money anymore, and he's in dire financial straits. Does that sound familiar to anybody out there? It's like that, right? Now, he reached out to me, and he told me this whole thing, and I was like, I had just said a moment ago, God, help me. And the second I read this huge email, I got out of myself, and I felt purposeful. And I said, what can I say? I'm searching for the right words to help this fellow. And it's a challenging sort of thing. And so I drafted a little something, and he came right back at me. He says, thank you, God bless. He goes, I'm so grateful that you, busy guy like you, could take your time out of your day to respond. And it was like, oh my God. I'm giving him words of encouragement. Meanwhile, I don't want to move out of my house. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm mushad. Whatever. Then my phone rings. There's a young man that I look after from time to time. He had a terrible issue with drinking and a terrible accident and some other things. And I've been there for him as an older guy, as a mentor, someone to help give him support and advice going through a tough time in his life. And he reaches out to me and he says, what are you doing today? You have any time for me? Can you squeeze me in? I'd just like to sit and talk and chat. Maybe we do something. And I'm like, I asked God for help. And he sends me these two guys. And now I'm all like jumpy, like, of course there's a God. And stop being such a big pussy. And get out there when you feel down and help somebody. You help somebody that's got it worse than you. And watch how fast you feel better. Watch how fast you become purposeful. It's crazy. I'm walking out of the house now. I got a little jig in my step. And I realize that, just wake up, man. Come on. Snap out of it. You're gonna go help somebody. And I'm thinking, what should I say today? What am I gonna podcast? Then my phone rings again. It's another man, 45-year-old guy, recently relocated down to South Florida, looking for work, got all kinds of issues, was introduced to me through Facebook and my website, because people are starting to get the message that I offer some sort of help or that I have some sort of message. And I just want to say, I'm talking to this guy. He doesn't want to bother me. What can I do to help this guy? So I'll make some time out later on, even though I don't have any time, because that's what I got to do. It's like that. I thank you, God. Within 15 minutes, 3 men, all unrelated, different issues, different parts of the country, reaching out to me and saying, you got a second? I'm in pain. Can I talk to you? Can you offer me any advice? I don't want to be a pest. Can you imagine? And I'm sitting there going, I don't want to go out today. I'm tired. I'm lazy. I'm mushad. You're starting to get it now. I want to say, I want people to watch my webcast. I want to attract a crowd. I want to be commercially viable. I'm going to have a big TV show soon. And I want people to dig me and watch me, and I want a platform. And you know what? I stay away from certain things. I don't curse much. And that's bullshit. I'm just kidding. Once in a while I throw a strong word in to emphasize a point. But the truth is, when I feel strongly about something, sometimes it just got to be said. Fuck that. And I want you to know that the God word is a tough one. The last time I even mentioned God, a couple of people, came back at me on email and text and said, too religious. Not for me. I'm thinking religious. I never mentioned a religion. I'm not a religious person. I'm talking about, is there something out there in this universe that's greater than us? Is there something out there? Or is there nothing out there? Is it just black? It's hard for me to accept that, we're born into this earth. Everything we do or don't do, we're responsible for. And then you pass along, and it's it. Game over, dead, lights out. On Saturday night, my wife and I went to see a movie. Vegasmere. Reachable, or the Matt Damon movie, Hereafter. You see, I don't prep. I don't have a monitor. I don't have any notes. Hereafter. Packed. The house is packed. You can't buy a ticket. You can't buy a ticket for any show. We had to go late. And I'm thinking to myself, you know why it's so popular? Not because it's Matt Damon. He makes a lot of movies. And he's good. In fact, he's great. Clint Eastwood's the director. Great. Maybe one of the best. But it's the subject matter. It's about the hereafter. Is there life after death? Do we go somewhere? Or is the game over? Is the game over when it's lights out on Earth? Nobody wants to believe that. And if you do, I feel sorry for you. I truly do. Because you just don't get it. And now you see, normally I'd vacillate. I'd leave a little wiggle room for you. But that's not how I feel. You see, I know there's a God in this world, in this universe, a power much greater than me, and you, by the way, something that's responsible for creation and other things that are just too much for a human mind to fathom. You can't. You know, we talk to my little kids. They're great. They're little hungry minds. Well, okay, well, who created God? Where did he come from? These questions can't be answered. I know some of you, God is dead, or how could it be? My child was born autistic, or worse, my child was stillborn, or some horror. My father dropped dead when I was 16. God was dead to me. But luckily, I found him again when I was 33. And he's responsible for my sobriety day to day. So I just want to say, you know, faith. We must have faith. It's not about you. It's about today. It's about today. And it's about prayer. And it's about God's will for you. That doesn't mean you can do nothing and sit on the couch and sit in front of your computer and say, all right, it don't work that way. Not in my world. That's not my experience. God has blessed us all and cursed us all. And if we do the most we can with his blessings, then God is going to do the rest for you. That's my experience. There's only so much I can do in this world, and I can do a lot. I am very capable. But you know what? Sometimes I hit the end of the road. I hit that proverbial wall. And I need God to do for me what I cannot do for myself. Today I said, God, please help me. And you know what? Boom, boom, boom. I got it. You got to be receptive. He gave you 2 ears and he gave you 1 mouth. He was trying to tell you something. You know, stop telling God how big your problems are. And start telling your problems how big your God is. I want you to know my name is Ross Mandell, SSL. I'm on Facebook. I have a website, rossmandell.com. You can email me direct, ross@rossmandell.com. God is God. There is God. He is the creator. I know you think I'm a whack job, but you know, fuck you. It's too bad. This is my broadcast, and I'll say what I want. But this is how I truly feel. And today, when I hit a little bit of a wall, and I said, God help me. Boom, boom, boom. He gave me that direction. And now I'm acting on it. Win, lose, or draw. What a privilege it is to come here and say these words to you today. And I'm sorry if I've offended somebody or put some of you off, but it's too bad. I'm not kissing ass anymore. I'm telling you how I really feel. This is uncut, unedited, unfiltered, uncensored, and yeah, that's right. I'm still under arrest. Thank you so much for your patience and your time, and we'll be back to you again tomorrow. Have a great day.